3 months, 6 months, or 12 months of cash? The answer sounds simple until the emergency is actually yours. Emergency funds are getting a lot of attention again because people are feeling squeezed from both sides. Everyday costs feel high, job security feels uneven, and high-interest savings accounts made cash feel less useless than it did when rates were near zero. The classic rule says to keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash. It is not a bad rule, it is just incomplete. It treats a single person with stable income the same as a family with one paycheck, a mortgage, and a specialized career. An emergency fund is not a pile of money for every possible dream, sale, or inconvenience. It is a shock absorber. It helps you keep food, housing, utilities, transportation, insurance, and basic life moving when income drops or a necessary expense appears. The first mistake is sizing the fund around income instead of expenses. If you earn $5,000 a month but need $3,000 to keep the household running, your emergency fund is based on the $3,000 survival number, not the $5,000 paycheck. To find that number, strip your budget down to the essentials. Keep rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, minimum debt payments, insurance, medical basics, childcare, and transportation. Pause vacations, shopping, extra subscriptions, upgrades, and investing contributions during a true emergency. A 3-month fund can make sense when your life has lower risk. Maybe you have stable employment, low fixed expenses, no dependents, strong family support, and skills that transfer easily between jobs. 3 months is not reckless if the rest of the picture is resilient. 6 months is the middle ground for many households. It gives more breathing room if a job search takes longer than expected, a car repair hits at the wrong time, or a medical bill arrives while income is already tight. It is boring, but boring is the point. A 12-month fund is not just for people who are scared. It can be rational for unstable income, one-income households, self-employment, health concerns, commission-based work, or careers where replacing a job can take a long time. Bigger cash can buy time. So the better question is not what month number is correct. The better question is how fragile your cash flow becomes when one important thing breaks. If one lost paycheck creates panic, you need a different answer than someone with 2 stable incomes and low bills. Start with income stability. A tenured teacher, a nurse in a high-demand area, and a government employee may have different risks than a contractor, actor, startup worker, real estate agent, or small business owner. The less predictable the income, the more cash matters. If this kind of money explanation helps, consider subscribing. The goal here is not to make finance sound complicated. It is to make decisions like this feel calmer, clearer, and easier to apply to your real life. Next, look at your household setup. A single adult with roommates has a different safety net than 2 parents with children, pets, a mortgage, and elderly relatives who rely on them. The more people depend on the same checking account, the larger the cushion usually needs to be. Then think about re-employment risk. Some jobs are easy to replace quickly because the skills are broad and demand is steady. Other jobs are narrow, senior, seasonal, or tied to one industry. In those cases, the emergency is not one missed paycheck, it is time. Fixed obligations matter too. A household with a high rent, car loan, student loans, insurance premiums, and childcare has less flexibility than someone who can cut spending fast. The harder it is to reduce expenses, the more months of cash you may need. Your backup options also count. Some people can temporarily move in with family, borrow a car, or rely on a partner income. Others are the backup plan for everyone else. Emergency fund advice changes when you are not just protecting yourself. Here's a practical way to think about it. If income is stable, expenses are flexible, and few people depend on you, aim near 3 months. If the picture is mixed, aim near 6. If income is unstable or dependents are significant, aim closer to 12. Imagine someone who rents, has no dependents, works in a steady field, and could cut spending quickly. Their survival budget is $2,500 a month. A 3-month fund would be $7,500. That may be a reasonable first full target. Now imagine a couple with one income, 2 children, a mortgage, and a job that might take months to replace. Their survival budget is $5,000 a month. 6 months is $30,000, and 12 months is $60,000. Large numbers, but the risk is larger too. If those numbers feel impossible, start smaller. A starter fund of one paycheck, $1,000, or 1 month of essentials can still prevent a small problem from becoming credit card debt. The first layer is not perfect protection. It is momentum. Think of the fund in layers. Layer 1 handles annoying surprises like a tire, copay, or urgent travel. Layer 2 covers 1 to 3 months of essentials. Layer 3 protects against bigger disruptions like unemployment, medical recovery, or a slow business season. Some people hate keeping cash because it may earn less than investments over long periods. That is true, but the emergency fund has a different job. It is not trying to maximize return. It is trying to be there at the exact moment markets, jobs, and life are not cooperating. Investing your emergency fund can look smart until an emergency happens during a market drop. If your emergency money falls right when your income disappears, the cushion is not a cushion anymore. The core fund should be safe, liquid, and boring. For most people, the best home is a separate savings account, money market account, or similar cash account that is easy to access, but not too easy to spend accidentally. The point is separation. Emergency money should not blend into weekend money. If your fund is large, you can tier it. Keep 1 month very accessible. Keep the next few months in savings. Some people place later months in cash, like products with slightly less instant access. Just avoid anything that could lose value when you need it. Another common mistake is using the emergency fund for predictable expenses. Car maintenance, annual insurance, holiday travel, and school costs are not true surprises if you know they are coming. Those deserve sinking funds, which are separate savings buckets for planned expenses. A real emergency is urgent, necessary, and unexpected. Losing income counts. A broken furnace in winter counts. A medical need counts. A new phone because the camera is better probably does not. Clear rules protect the fund from slow leakage. If you have high interest debt, the question becomes more balanced. You still need some cash, so one surprise does not force more borrowing. But after a starter fund, it may make sense to attack expensive debt while gradually building toward the full emergency target. Emergency funds do not replace insurance. They work with it. Health, auto, renters, homeowners, disability, and life insurance can reduce the size of disasters that cash has to absorb. Cash handles the gap. Insurance handles risks too big for ordinary savings. People also worry that inflation eats cash. That concern is real over time, but emergencies are short-term. The bigger danger is being forced to sell investments, miss payments, or take on expensive debt because every dollar was chasing growth. Your emergency fund number should change when your life changes. A new baby, home purchase, career switch, health issue, divorce, relocation, or business launch can all raise the target. A paid-off debt, second income, or lower expenses can lower it. Using the emergency fund is not failure. That is what it is for. The important part is rebuilding it with a plan. Treat the refill like a temporary bill. Even small automatic transfers restore the cushion and reduce the temptation to ignore it. There is also a personal comfort factor. 2 people with the same numbers may feel differently. One person sleeps fine with 3 months. Another needs 9 months to stop worrying. As long as your choice is deliberate, peace of mind has real value. Do not wait for the perfect number before you start. The gap between 0 and 1 month is more powerful than the gap between 11 and 12 months. Build the habit first. Then refine the target as your income, expenses, and risks become clearer. So 3 months is for lower risk. 6 months is for average risk or mixed uncertainty. 12 months is for higher risk, heavier responsibilities, or slower job replacement. The real rule is simple. Match the cash cushion to the damage a disruption could cause. Now I want to hear your version. Would 3 months feel safe for your life? Or would you need 6 or 12 to breathe easier? Drop your questions in the comments and suggest the next money topic you want explained clearly.